everyone, and welcome to 2015 on BSR TV. My name is Andrew Woodhouse, and I'm joined by Adam Bath and Alex Simpson here for round 4 of the Engine Oils Direct Touring Car Championship. Guys, Happy New Year to you. Welcome along to Lime Rock Park. What can we expect? This is a short track. It's virtually an oval race here.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Andrew, and Happy New Year to everyone watching here on YouTube. Welcome to Lime Rock Park, and it's probably the hardest track we're going to go to on this calendar. It's pretty narrow, surrounded by grass left, right and centre, with slow corners and corners going uphill and downhill, so it's going to be very, very tight and congested in the opening few laps, and I expect to see a bit of carnage.
Alex, Lime Rock Park, probably been a while since you've driven it, from maybe even the rookie series. What do you make of this circuit?
Yeah, actually, do you know what? It's a great little track, and I think previous seasons, and I just remember some other races that have gone on here, rookie leagues that we've covered and things like that as well. And just as we see on screen there, it's very easy to get that sort of uphill right-hander very wrong, and I expect to see a lot of that going on today. It's quite a narrow track, and these Kias aren't exactly small, so yeah, I expect some great wheel-to-wheel and some serious rubbing going on out there.
Where's the main passing places, Adam? Would you say turn 1 is the only one really, or are there any other opportunities here?
I think probably turn 1 is the key overtaking spot. However, you can get a move done possibly out of the right-hander going up the hill and then into the penultimate corner, the 90-degree right-hander. That could be an overtaking spot if you get your gear right going up that uphill corner. 10 seconds to go till we go to the grid, the championship standings. David Baker's leading the championship by 10 points, the Season 7 champion back at the top of the standings. Andreas Katz, the Season 3 champion, is second, only 10 points behind. But then it's only 2 points back to Dan Hunt in third, Russell Layla in fourth in the championship. About 5 points behind him, tied with Simon Field as well on 214 points. And then in 6th place it's Peter Newman on 207. 1 point behind him it's Stephen Burke. 8th is Ashley Blake Hood. 9th is Robert Plumley, and in 10th place is Ellis Stevens. Plumley and Stevens both tying on points as well. What's the starting grid looking like, Andrew?
Well, it's very interesting indeed. We've got 2 race winners on the front row, Ashley Sutton and Andreas Katz. Daniel Hunt is in third alongside Richard Wilde making his return. David Baker and Pete Newman are on row 3. Pete Newman made, of course, with that 1-2-3 finish at Brands Hatch last time out. Robert Fagg in 7th, Steve Walker 8th, and then the top 10 is rounded out by Alex Smolensky and Daniel Kraft. Alex, just 0.4 of a second between roughly 5th and 19th place.
Yeah, this is going to be a great race. Always his here on BSRTC Championship, but I think this one's going to be quite special. Let's watch out for maybe the odd big one as well. I think we're going to see a couple, maybe even safety car tonight.
Keep your eyes peeled. Safety car is always likely here at Lime Rock. Almost ready for the start here. All these Kia Optimas coming to life now. The green light is on, and Sutton got a really good start from the front row. Andreas Katz following him. There's quite a big gap before somebody didn't take the start. We're already 3 wide with one of the Pete Newman media cars. It's Pete Newman himself up into for third place, and got a bit of contact from Baker, Alex.
Yeah, just see him running off a little bit wide there. Looks like everybody else is going to filter through these first couple of turns okay. Oh, we've got somebody else off at the moment. It's one of the Oculus cars. I'm not sure who that is on the inside just there.
It was Dan Hunt that didn't take the start in the Oculus 360 car, so it obviously wasn't him. He was starting in third place on the grid. He did not take the start. I think it might have been Halit Ertas or one of the other Oculus cars. It might have been Steve Heffage. You might be right, Andrew, as we head over the top of the hill for the first time. Ashley Sutton already starting to pull a bit of an advantage already.
Yeah, he's going to try and pull as much of a gap on Katz as he can. Look at this behind though. Pete Newman Media, we mentioned that great start from them last week a couple of weeks ago at Brands Hatch, and Newman's in third, and looking for 5th place at the moment is Daniel Kraft. He's alongside Robert Fagg of Team Carnage. Alex, and they're side by side making a bit of contact.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was just had my eye caught by somebody in the background going very, very wide out of the final turn as well. Just about managed to miss the Armco. So yeah, I wasn't watching that move, but we did manage to catch it on screen.
Battle for third heating up as well between Pete Newman and David Baker. David Baker, the championship leader, going into this second race meeting of the season. Too early to tell really who's going to be the champion in this series. We never really find out who's the main pace setter till about the halfway point of the season. But as we head through this downhill section of the course, Sutton and Katz already pulling a bit of an advantage.
Definitely bet that David Baker's going to be there again. He dominated last season really with crushing consistency, and one thing to watch out for, Adam, on this track is very easy to overshoot your braking and end up in that massive grass runoff area there.
Yes, for my times in the D licence categories on iRacing, I always used to lock my rear brakes and go scooting off into that first corner as Peter Newman puts a wheel or two into that gravel, and that's really unsettled the car now because David Baker has got a run on him down this short chute into the right-hander where we go flying uphill. Remember the Mazda MX-5s, we always used to take that chicane on the right-hand side and always used to be pandemonium. Pete Newman is definitely backing up the field now because look at Robert Fagg, he's closing in as well, and I'm sure it won't be too long before Dan Kraft joins the party as well.
He is indeed, and we had a little bit behind them Simon Field, Ellis Stevens, John Bays, Ashley Blake Hood, Matt Walker, they're all together on the track. Really close start. Have we lost anyone yet? It doesn't appear. It only looks like we've lost John Roberts, and like I said, Daniel Hunt didn't take the start. John Roberts actually still in the race, but he's one lap down now.
Lap times last time around, Ashley Sutton did a 52.0. He was 0.2 of a second slower than Andreas Katz, 51.8. But of course it was Pete Newman that was slow last time around, doing 52.5s. So definitely he is holding the pack up now as we head up this hill once again. 21 laps still to go. No carnage, as you were saying, Andrew, so far throughout this race. Everyone keeping it pretty clean. But David Baker is getting right onto the back of that Pete Newman media car. I thought he was going to give him a bit of a tap there going through that 90-degree right-hander. He needs to try and stick with the car through this final corner. I know it's hard to because of the understeer, and I think David Baker hasn't got the best run he could get out of that final corner because he's now coming under pressure from Fag behind.
Yeah, no carnage just yet, Adam, but you never know. As,
Baker went very deep into that turn one there. Thought for a minute he was going to make contact with Newman. Also just watched on screen Ellis Stevens coming under a little bit of pressure from Ashley Blake Hood, but managed to hold on to that position as well.
One thing you can do here at Lime Rock, Alex, is that first sector. Take quite a lot of different lines, can't you? And different people employing that to try and make a move.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many lines through this track as well. Obviously, you're only one left-hander, so cars are set up very differently to normal. You can really sacrifice that corner and just get the best out of the right-hand turn. Some opt to do that, and others don't. And you can. You can make up some serious advantage by doing that, but of course you lose out in different sectors as well.
Stevens and Blake Hood, Adam, knocking spots off each other down the back straight. That's for 12th place.
Yeah, let's see if the Team Carnage car can get down the inside of the Elite Martini car, hard on the brakes into the corner. They're still side by side. Ellis Stevens hanging it around the outside there. Good
somebody's
driving
gone
by
off
him.
in front though, there's going to be trouble.
Yep, and the car in front is 11th place. John Bays driving for Fusion there through the left-hander, and that's just caused everyone to bottleneck up through this left-hander, the only left-hander on this course, as you're saying, and now through this right-hand bend as we head down this short chute once again. Ellis Stevens still in 12th place, but he's got a whole load of cars behind him for company.
Only 13 seconds covering the top 18 cars. That's how close we are here at Lime Rock Park. We've also got a great battle for 6th place, and that's between Dan Kraft and Alex Smolensky. Smolensky driving for Martini, Elite Martini.
Down the straight, Smolensky going this way, and that's, is he going to try and go around the outside? Dan Kraft tries to hang him out to drive through the right-hander, but Smolensky's having none of it. He's got enough room on the outside line. Further up in front, Baker was trying to get past Newman once again. Smolensky tries to go down the inside into that left-hander, but that was a closing door right there from Dan Kraft in front, through the right-hander and down the back straight. Smolensky now is having to fend off Russell Layla behind.
Yeah, Baker made a bit of a mistake, Alex, as well. Under a lot of pressure now from Robert Fagg. It looks like he's a bit quicker here.
I think we might have lost Paul. No, just a bit of a network issue there. I saw Paul Smith just dropping down the order there, but it was just some sort of connectivity issue there.
Newman's gone wide or had a problem through those final two corners because Baker has got the run now down the front straight. The Lugnuts car will surely go down the inside late on the brakes there. Oh no, wow,
Whoa.
Peter Newman just that shows you how many lines you can take around that first corner, Andrew, because Peter Newman, I thought he was done for there, but he managed to hold on to it and is still in third place.
Newman's taking Alex probably what is the best line, slow in, fast out. The other's going a bit faster into the corner. Both can work, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. Looks like I thought Dave just made a little mistake there and was going to come under pressure, but managed to hold on to that as well. But yeah, like you say, I think I saw, just trying to remind myself of a Skip Barber 2K Cup race here, and drivers were trying to work their way around Riku Alatalo, and they didn't struggle there. If you just get the car on the right line, you can take just the right amount of speed into the corner, even if it's on the outside or the inside, and you know, it just needs all about car placement there, and you can really hold on to onto your position. It's not as easy to get past as you think.
Robert Fag all over the place there, going through the first corner, putting a few wheels onto the curbs, as was Alex Smolensky in the final corner, putting all 4 wheels onto that grass through the final corner. Through this tight and twisty section at the beginning of lap once again, and Fag is still keeping it with Baker, but Dan Kraft has got Smolensky behind him, and then behind Smolensky it's Russell Laidler, and then in 9th place it's Simon Field. So we've got 3 Peter Newman media cars inside the all 4 Peter Newman media cars inside the top 10. So another great race meeting from them.
Look at this train of cars headed by Ashley Blake Hood, Alex. And also you may want to go back and see what happened to Steve Hefford, because he bit the dust at turn 1. He was taken out of it. I didn't quite see who it was, but yeah, that's ended Hefford's competitiveness effectively. He's in the pits.
Let's see if I can find where that was.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17.
Just while you're looking for that, Fag has got up into 4th place. He's managed to get past David Baker through the left-hander and is already putting Newman under immense pressure, and Baker is now coming under pressure from the Peter Newman media car of Daniel Crafts. Baker's
really struggling through this tight, twisty section. He picks up all his speed in the fast corners at the end of the lap, but the first 2 or 3 corners he's been quite poor, and he's lucky to still be in that position. Bag's having a look on Newman. Sorry, Alex.
I'm not sure if this is going to be a replay of it. There's a massive amount of cars going into turn 1 here. If this is the replay, if it jumped back, oh yeah, and Hefford was just on the inside, and unfortunately someone just got into his backcourt panel there, and you know what these Kias are like when they get locked together like that. Just sent him straight into the
Fag's through. Fag's through on Newman.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bump and run there, I think, into the first corner. Fag just gave him a little bit of a tap, and that just allowed the Kia Optima of Newman to get a bit out of shape, and that allowed the Carnage car of Robert Fag up into 3rd place.
Great pace today. He forced his way through past Baker and now past Newman. Looking good again for Pete Newman Media. Like you said, Adam, 3rd place, also 6th, 9th. Pretty good.
Definitely a bump and run. Just watching the replay of that now, just saw that going into turn 1. That was perfectly executed, I have to say.
Yep, Andreas Katz on the radio didn't quite. Oh, actually, Sutton went off the track in the last corner, but didn't lose any ground.
Look at this Oculus car, it just joined the pack in the middle of this battle for 3rd, and it sent the cars all over the place. Oh, he's coming back on the track, be careful! And I think that was Steve Hefford, he was in the pits earlier, and somehow everyone managed to avoid it. David Baker still remains in 4th place.
It was Hefford, and yeah, that great big, it's a massive gaggle, is that?
For the front of the pack, it's still 4/10 of a second between Sutton and Katz. Last time around they set exactly the same lap times, 52.2, but surely Ashley Sutton seems to have a bit of a slowdown all of a sudden, because he is now only 0.3 of a second ahead of Katz as we come across the line. 12 laps to go.
Not often we say this, Adam, but I think Baker might be holding a few people up here. Well, at least he was. Like I said, the last part of the lap is really good. First section he's really struggling as Kraft goes through on Smolensky, and yeah, look at Baker, he's not very quick at all in this tight twisty section. It might be something to do with that left rear damage, Alex.
Yeah, it's possible. We've seen that from pretty much was a lap 2, so I guess something he picked up on the opening lap there, but yeah, maybe like you say, it's just affecting those sort of slow speed corners, but the faster ones, it's not so much of an issue.
Looks like he's getting his act together though. It's typical, isn't it? I point out that he's struggling and he starts going faster as in the middle of that is Russell Laidler as well. He's sizing up Smolenski, but don't really know where to look, boys.
Yeah, especially as someone puts a few wheels onto the grass on the exit. That might have been the first piece in the media car of Pete Newman himself. Dan Kraft alongside now as we head into the first corner. Smolenski trying to get inside as well, and look at Russell Laidler trying to go around the outside of the Elite Martini car side by side through that first corner.
Adam.
Yes, they have, and they're still side by side. Smolenski rushes him a bit out wide, and that allows Hefford, the back marker, to try and gain a bit of an advantage. It's got nothing to gain.
Laidler's pushing Smolenski through that corner. Those two collided memorably at Watkins Glen, didn't they? And there was a bit of handbags after that.
They somehow managed to keep it clean this time. Still got 11 laps to go. The lap times last time around, David Baker, just as you were saying that, Andrew manages to pick up the pace, 52.6, just nearly a second quicker than David Baker behind. So Baker seems to be the one holding this pack up. Yeah, Hefford off in the tyre barriers again. He might have sustained a bit of damage. Pete Newman, though, he seems to be the one holding this pack up, though, setting lap times about 53.4. So let's see if all the other drivers can get past him quickly.
He's got his teammate now in front of him, so maybe he can just spot him and hope that Kraft can pull him along, but he's coming under a little bit of pressure here. Alex having a little look one way and the other. Needs to check his rearview mirror as well, though, because Laidler's still there, got that bit between his teeth.
You won't put it past Smolenski, Alex, to have a go?
No, not at all. Sees an opportunity, and he'll stick his nose in there for sure.
Although Laidler is his old nemesis, you don't want that to. Don't want this to all explode in a sea of car parts and tyres and engines. And Smolenski's got a really good run on Pete Newman.
Danny inside.
But, it's brave. It's going to be brave.
Side by side, and we saw.
Wow, they made it. Laidler.
We saw Brands Hatch them go side by side for practically 2/3 of a lap. Side by side, three wide across the line. What's Smolenski going to do? Because he's going to be in the middle.
Go for the middle, isn't he? Of course he is. And
Danny inside. He's through, he gets him. Russell Laidler, that was a bit sensible. I think he knew that wasn't going to work, but he's nearly going to hit that Pete Newman media car. In fact, he might have given him just a little bit of a tap there. Russell Laidler on Pete Newman, and Simon Fields just watching this in 9th place, waiting to gain those positions if anything goes wrong.
That was really good braking by Smolenski, Alex. He took a risk and he paid off that time.
Yeah, it was great driving actually, and Russell as well, good driving. He thought, well, this is going to end too bad, and backed out of it, something we don't always see in this series.
But I think Smolenski knew, though, Alex, that's actually the optimum line, isn't it, in the middle in that corner?
Yeah, he was exactly where he needed to be. He was able to brake just like normal, really, so didn't have to change anything from the norm, and that didn't half help him there. You could see that, and I think that's really why Russell thought, no, I'm way too tight here. I'm going to end up taking out probably 2 or 3 cars here.
Newman.
Back at the front, Ashley Sutton.
Look at this train now, Adam. Sorry, I've just noticed that this train's got really congested.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, through this left-hander and the tight twisty stuff, it always seems to close up immensely. Pete Newman, as you're saying, in 7th place, but Smolenski's got his sights set on a top 5 finish now. Smolenski in 6th. The car in front of him is the Pete Newman media car of Dan Crafton. Smolenski got a good run over the top of the hill there, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to shape him up down the inside into that corner. It's all about getting the run through this final corner, the 90-degree right-hander, so you can get the best possible run down the front straight like he did a few laps ago, so that he can get that place. Puts the two wheels into the gravel, but he's still got a good run, Andrew, as he comes across the line.
Yeah, indeed, and keep an eye on Russell Laidler. Russell Laidler's around the outside of Pete Newman, or he's trying to. Newman holds the inside, and actually Laidler's going to get hung out to dry by Daniel Kraft, Alex. That's good driving by Simon Field it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Field, and I think Laidler just made a little bit of contact with Pete, and that actually stopped his momentum, but somehow he's managed to hold on to that position.
Battle for the lead, 0.2 of a second between Andreas Katz and Ashley Sutton. They've been slowly setting quick lap times, and now means that they're right with each other now as we come through the final corner. Sutton puts 2 wheels into the gravel. Katz is going to be right with him as they come across the line.
Katz got a fantastic run there, Adam, and this could be his chance.
Round the outside into the first corner. Usually we've seen that work tonight for some reason. Round the outside versus Ashley Sutton through the first corner. Can't get it done. I think Andreas Katz's next opportunity will probably be out of that corner, over the top of the hill and down into those final 2 corners.
Katz looks like he's kept his front tyres in better nick, Alex. He's getting much better turning than Sutton, and Sutton struggled through that corner there.
Yeah, I thought for a minute he was going to have a little look going into this fast right-hander, but thinks better of it. But yeah, you're right. I think just at this point, Ashley does look like he's struggling a little bit more than Katz out there, really starting to put the pressure on now.
Maybe he set up the car for the early going, and maybe his tyre pressures weren't quite right.
Sutton again puts 2 wheels in the gravel.
He's done that nearly every time, Adam, so obviously struggling with understeer. And Katz is going to go, and surely he's going to have a look now.
Sutton leaves the door open. Haven't seen him do that too often in the BSRTC, and they're still side by side through the second corner. That's very close there, but Sutton just holds on.
A bit too polite from Katz almost, wasn't it, Alex?
Yeah, I mean the door was there and open, like Adam said. It's unusual for him to give that kind of an opportunity, and yeah, Katz really should have stepped in and muscled a little bit more room there.
Well, maybe he knows he's got the faster car, and Sutton twitched over the hill.
Yep, Danny inside goes Katz. Oh, Sutton's going to turn in front of him. Yes, he doesn't. Still side by side. Problem for Alex Malensky. He's obviously gone to the pits with some sort of problem. He must have had a collision with Dan Kraft, because Kraft is now being shown down in 17th. But this is a great battle unfolding for the lead.
Sutton's got no grip, Alex.
5 laps to go. He's going to struggle out there. Katz looks in a much stronger
late
position.
defensive move there, though.
Yeah, that was very risky. I think that was a bit too just enough time. He shouldn't have gone there, but he just allows himself to keep that lead now as we head through the left-handers once again.
Race Katz driving for EOR, and this is just what they need. They've not really been at the front of many races in the last couple of seasons, but having a talent such as Andreas Katz on their books, Alex, can only help them move further up the grid.
Yeah, he's actually with Oculus, isn't he? Just we haven't got the updated livery for him.
Oh,
yet,
they need to sort that out then.
So, yeah, something that the Oculus guys need to get on top of.
Well, it'll be a great win for them then if Katz can get through on Ashley Sutton.
Sutton's a sitting duck now. He took a terrible run through that final corner. He knew that. That's why he went straight to the inside line to defend from Katz, side by side over the line. Sutton was leading there by just under a tenth of a second into the first corner. 3 laps to go. Katz will try and go around the outside again. I don't think he's not got enough of an overlap as an engine or direct car tries to rejoin the track. Thankfully doesn't get in the way, but Katz still with him, nearly rubbing fender to fender there through the left-hander.
Where's he going to get through, Alex? He even tried to use the side draft down the main straight.
Yeah, I'm not really sure there. I have to say Sutton's car looks like it might be quite quick on its own, which is why the draft's really not helping Katz at all. So he's just going to have to absolutely nail one of these final turns. I can't see anywhere else he's going to go for it unless he does some sort of surprise attack elsewhere.
Going to have a dive, I think, into turn 1, isn't he?
Let's see if he can now through the final corner.
No, Sutton didn't go too wide that time, though. Maybe Katz is going to have to go right over to the inside, maybe even on the grass to get past.
Sutton's doing a perfect job. He knows if he defends the inside line, there's no way that Katz can try and get past him. Through the first corner, Katz hasn't got the overlap.
Beautiful defending there, Adam. He put his car exactly where he needed to, and Katz he almost had the car's width there, but he decided not to bother, and he's setting him up through the like I said, the only left-hander on the course. I can almost feel horrible through there, but look at this now. Down the hill again, though. Single file down there, surely, Alex.
Yeah, I can say I thought maybe it's going to take something for like a little look through one of these corners to make something happen. It just needs to be something from the norm. Ashley just knows what he needs to do. Back marker ahead, 2 laps to go. Maybe this is the opportunity for Katz.
He's pressuring the British Formula 4 driver.
He's off.
And he's going. He's going very wide, and Katz sweeps across the rear end.
White flag in the air, final lap. Sutton did a fantastic job there defending. I thought he was
Kevin
over
Doon
and
is
out.
there.
He's got dirt on his tyres, but he just manages to hold on. And will Sutton use the back marker to his advantage? I think he might do. He does. And now Katz has now got 4 tenths of a second to try and close in again on Ashley Sutton through this final half of the lap.
I think Sutton's going to have to defend extra hard now, Alex, because I think Katz is going to try a physical move if he can.
Yeah, they've got 7 seconds clearance over Robert Fagg, so you know he can do something. They've got time.
Yeah, they lost it over the crest of the hill.
Into the penultimate corner, he's got a great run. Sutton goes over the grass, he nearly in the tyre barrier. I don't know whether he hit it or not, but he's going to unsettle the car now through the final corner. Surely Ashley Sutton will be able to hold on. He defends the inside line. It's going to be a drag race to the line, Andrew.
Is it going to be Katz or Sutton?
Sutton gets
Sutton who takes it
by 38 thousandths of a second. Ashley Sutton takes the victory. What a resolute defence that was.
Brilliant. Alex, that reminded me of our V8 Supercar race at Okayama that time.
Yeah, absolutely great race that was. So I just thought it might have had enough, but it looks like Katz just didn't quite have enough room on the outside to get that perfect run like he needed. So, and even though he made that mistake, just put his car exactly where he needed to, even that final turn, to do enough.
Well, shows though, doesn't it, how difficult it is, Adam, to pass here at Lime Rock Park.
Yeah, it's all about that straight line speed going down that front straight, as we said at the beginning of this show. Well, while all that was going on at the front of the pack, Robert Fagg got 3rd place, David Baker got 4th, Pete Newman got 5th, Russell Layla got 6th, Simon Fields 7th, John Bays for the new Fusion team in 8th, 9th place for Robert Plumley, and in 10th place was Ellis Stevens. And just while that battle was unfolding, I think Dan Kraft and Alex Smolensky came to blows because they both ended up retiring back to the pits. Hopefully we'll get to see what happens later on.
29 started, 17 finished on the lead lap. So the reverse grid candidates, 15th to 20th. Who's going to take pole position? Well, we can have a look and see who's eligible for it. And that is Ben Gregory, 15th. Paul Smith in 16th. Martin Brandon, 17th. 18th was Steve Walker. That'll be good to see him up there if he does. Kevin Noon, 19th. And Marzio Amadeu in 20th place. Alex, do you have the magic 6-sided dice there?
Yeah, I certainly do. Let's just quickly bring that up on the screen now, and we'll do our usual 3 rolls. Right, so now for the all-important one, pole position will go to 18th.
So that is Steve Walker. So Steve Walker goes on to pole position. Of course, he won round 1 at Donington in season 7, so he has won in the BSRTC before. 2nd place on the grid will be Martin Brandon for the new Fusion team. 3rd place will be Paul Smith, and in 3rd place will be Paul Smith. 4th will be Ben Gregory, and 5th place after his contact with Smolensky, Dan Kraft.
Tell you what, Alex, I think Steve Walker is going to be a big favourite for this race.
Yeah, I think you're right, absolutely. Well,
that's no offence to those people around him, but Walker's won races in this series before, Adam, and you can see him. You can see him having a good run here.
Yeah, it's all about the defence, really. If you get the lead, like we saw with Ashley Sutton, it's going to take some doing for the car behind to finally get a move done. In fact, most of the moves we saw today were as a result of a bit of contact going into the corners. So Steve Walker, I think he should feel a bit confident starting on the pole position for the 2nd race.
Right, so now the question is, lads, for us to review this incident, I guess we're going to pick up on this one with Smolensky there. Any idea what lap it was?
Beginning of lap 18, Alex. Beginning of lap 18. They're just going through the left. I'm just looking at it now. They're about halfway around the lap. They're still together. Going down the straight towards the right-hander to go up the hill. It's still all fine. What's going to happen to them? Still fine. It might still be fine. Into the final 2 corners. Kraft gets unsettled. The car gets unsettled, and Smolensky's just going to turn across in front of him and punt him into, and they both go into the barriers.
Yeah, just having
a little. Not sure what happened there. It was a bit weird. I don't think Smolensky.
I have to say, I think you've got to put that one solely down to a racing incident. I know Kraft might not be happy with that, but yeah,
difficult.
There's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there, I'm afraid. Yeah. Let me take another little look at that back. Maybe jump up in the chopper, see if we can see if anyone moves a bit more than we thought.
Because maybe Kraft had enough room, but you've got to think that that track bends around to the right a little bit there, and it's not always easy to see where the line is because it's not a straight track boundary, is it, Adam?
Yeah, because my initial reaction was that Smolensky was turning across in front of him, but yeah, you're right, the track does bend to that way, and Kraft, the car gets unsettled, and I don't think Smolensky knew where he was, really.
If you look at
chopper, terrible camera angle, so let's find a better one.
Alex, I've just gone on board with Smolensky, and from his point of view, and like I said, I'm not taking sides at all, but see Kraft's car on the left. I don't know if you can see this camera angle as well.
Oh yeah, bring it up the next run through. I'm just up in the blimp at the minute, just watching it. But yeah, I'll bring it up and I'll let you know when we're there, and then you can talk us through that.
Let me know and I'll talk you through it, because what I see a good chance that Smolensky knew that. Well, he didn't know that Kraft was even still there, and I'll tell you why in just a second.
But the thing is, Dan Kraft really had nowhere else to go, and that's what
no. No, definitely not. But I do tend to agree with Alex on this.
So we're on board now. We're just coming up the right-hander, the uphill. Smolensky's getting a little run, looking one way to the other, and now we're turning into the right-hander before it all happened. So over to you, Woody.
Right, yeah. So they're coming through the right-hander, and you see Kraft's car just disappear from view on the left-hand side. So I think Smolensky would think he's just got a clear track there.
Yeah, I think you're right.
At the rate of... Right, so if you're playing on a single screen, I don't know if Alex does, but from the sheer rate that Kraft's car disappeared from the left side of my screen, I would think he's gone there. And
yes.
Okay, maybe he'd give more room, and I think Smolensky could have given more room. But you've got no evidence that he's still there.
Well, surely Smolensky will be relying on a spotter of some sort.
Oh yeah, but if the spotter, there's only a couple of seconds difference between when when Kraft's car disappears and the actual contact. He may have not even had the spotter.
Doesn't steer to the left at all, though. So there's no move to the left. To me, it just looks like they got close together, and then the netcode just sucked them together.
I think they did collide, legitimately. There, I think Smolensky could have given more room, and to be honest, I would have given more room, anticipating that other car could still possibly be there. Kraft can't really do anything. He's not really done anything wrong there at all. But I wouldn't blame anybody.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm just looking at it one more time, slightly different angle, see what we can see. Just like I say, it just looks to me as just a racing incident, one of those horrible moments where you would just expect the cars to bounce off of each other, but instead they've just got sucked into each other. That's the frustrating part,
I think it's because one's fractionally turning left and one's fractionally turning right, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think Smolensky's turning left at all. I just think that's...
Oh, but that's where the track's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's going across him.
But no, I don't think. I think maybe initially, he's just trying to get a line. But I think actually what makes it look like he's turning left is the fact that they're being drawn together.
It's not his fault.
It's not through the netcode. So
no,
from the cockpit, you don't see him steer left at all. He's constantly straight or just to the right, ready to turn in. So yeah, it's just one of those horrible things where unfortunately the physics let us down a little bit there. Because what they should have done is just clipped each other and bounced away, but actually they've been drawn together. And
but you look at where the actual contact was. It was just on the back wheel.
Yeah.
And I think there's nothing wrong with the physics on that one. But I do think I'm not saying Smolensky turned across him. He didn't. But what maybe Alex could have realised was the track's bending round to the right. The other guy, I do need to be a foot or two further over, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no blame there at all, because both of them, Dan made a mistake, and then Alex.
Yeah, you got to go for that kind of opportunity. As we've seen how difficult it is to overtake here. A couple of corners, Dan made some mistakes there. You've got to go for it. You can't sit there and think, I'll get him on the straight, because as we saw from Katz there, it's just not as easy to do as that. So. If you've got an opportunity to get side by side, then you've got the inside for the final turn and turn one. Yeah, you've got to take it.
Katz had one chance, didn't he? And he didn't quite get through. I don't know if we can find that and have a quick look at it and see if he could have done anything differently.
Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to find that because it doesn't.
No contact.
Yeah, it doesn't save. I need to see off tracks and things for it to pick it up. Unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Well, server session's finished as well, so I dare say the new server is up and waiting for us. So we better wrap this round 4 up, and say farewell to the viewers, and we'll catch them again in a couple of minutes' time for round 5. Or we can just leave it at that.
Yeah, right. Well, plenty of stuff to talk about from the first race, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of stuff to talk about in the second race of the evening as well. We'll see you in a few minutes.